Kṛṣṇa Prasthā Bhutale Śrīmati Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namo Vishnupadaya Kṛṣṇa Prasthā Bhutale Śrīmati Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paśatya Deshatari Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. I welcome you all for this Brahma-saṁhitā discourses, discussions. We are studying Shloka today 38. I'll read the Shloka and then we'll see the purport. Premanjanat Shurita Bhakti Vilochanenam Santas Sadaiva Hridayeshu Vilokayanti Yam Shyama Sundaram Achintya Gunaswarupam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Translation. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is Shyama Sundar, Krishna himself, with inconceivable, innumerable attributes, whom the pure devotees see in their hearts of hearts with the eye of devotion tinged with the sword of love. So this is the shloka today. And purport. The Shyama Sundara form of Krishna is his inconceivable, simultaneous, personal and impersonal self-contradictory form. So here the very first shloka says, Achintya Gunaswarupam, the explanation of Achintya Gunaswarupam. Achintya means inconceivable, Guna means attribute, quality, Swarupam. So the very nature of the Lord's form is contradictory. Why? Because simultaneously contains personal and impersonal aspect. Means that seeing Krishna's form includes Paramatma realization and Brahman realization. Simultaneously, personal, impersonal, self-contradictory form, achintya. It is difficult to explain how can you see personal and impersonal simultaneously, because from form, localized and impersonal aspect appear. Therefore, it's achintya gunaswarupam, inconceivable that in him everything is consisting, personal and impersonal. Okay. True devotees see that form in their purified hearts under the influence of devotional trance. So, in devotional trance, we understand immediately this is high level of devotional service, devotional trance, ecstasy. Means we are speaking about bhava level, we are speaking about prema level, like that. True devotees see that form in their purified hearts under the influence of devotional trance. The form Shyam is not the blue color visible in the mundane world, but is the transcendental, variegated color affording eternal bliss and is not visible to the mortal eye. So now this Shyama Sundara form, we are comparing to the dark monsoon cloud, but actually this is transcendental color. The form itself is transcendental, so the color is also transcendental. So this is something that we can compare to. Like we say, Krishna has lotus eyes, but Krishna's eyes are much more beautiful than the lotus. But in material world, we have nothing better to compare to, so we say lotus. It looks like similar to what we have experienced. So similarly, this blue color visible in mundane world is not exactly how Krishna looks like. It's transcendental, spiritual color. Another place, Shastras explained that why sky is blue. It's a reflection of Krishna's color to remind you on God. Every time you look up, you can think of God. God is blue. Just like sun is a reflection of Lord's effulgence, reflection of Brahmajyoti. So similarly, the blue sky is just a reflection of Krishna's bodily color. Okay, so this here's the transcendental variegated color affording eternal bliss and is not visible to mortal eye. On a consideration of the trance of Vyasadeva, as in Shloka Bhakti Yogena Manasi in Bhagavatam, it will be clear that the form of Krishna is the full personality of Godhead and can only be visible in the heart of a true devotee, which is the only true seat in the state of trance under the influence of devotion. So now immediately here in the purport, the Bhagavatam is quoted. And I will show you the shloka in the, okay, here. Bhakti yogena manasi samyak pranihite male apashyat purusham purnam mayam chatat apashrayam. Thus he fixed his mind, perfectly engaging it by linking it in devotional service, bhakti yoga, without any tinge of materialism, and thus he saw the absolute personality of Godhead along with his external energy, which was under full control. Now, what is the point of the quoting this? That it shows you that actually what shloka says, this is what Bhagavatam says, that when devotee is in high trance, he sees the personality of Godhead. He sees the form. When one is fully in the trance, he actually can see the form of the Lord. Lord is not impersonal. Lord has a form. And here you can see that Brahma saw it. He's seen the form. So this is what the purport says, no? And this is only true seat in the state of trance under the influence of devotion. And again, this emphasis is prema anjana, the ointment of love, prema anjana, churita. Churita means the shining forth, effulgence, shining. Churita bhakti vilochana. So that is possible to see that form only when we have bhakti, when we have prema. When Krishna manifests himself in Vraja, both the devotees and non-devotees saw him with their very eye, but only the devotees cherish him, eternally present in Vraja, as the priceless jewel of their hearts. So even if materialistic people saw Krishna, Duryodhana also have seen Krishna, and what did he conclude? He's a powerful prince, he's a king. Actually, it was not clear, is it covered community or he's a princely community, you know? But the thing is, they did not cherish that Swarupa. Why? Because they did not see actually his spiritual transcendental form. They could not appreciate it. And then this was explained in that particular Lila with Ambarish, king, and Durvasa Muni. When Durvasa offended Ambarish, he went to Vaikuntha for the shelter because Chakra was following him, as you know the story, not to unnecessarily narrate full story. But the idea is when Durvasa spoke with Lord Narayan, Lord Narayan said that you are offender and you go back and apologize to Ambarish, apologize to my devotee. Because only by blessings of my devotee I can be seen. So Durvasa said, but Lord, I'm seeing you. He said, you are not seeing my true form. You are seeing just reflection of my form, because my form I reveal only to my devotees. So he was astonished. Now ham prakasha sarvasya. So this is amazing, no? So actually they cannot see. You must have Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochani. Only when one has a love of God, then only Krishna reveals his actual form, Swayam Rupa. Okay, so this was explained here, no? Both devotees, non-devotees saw him with their very eyes, but only devotees cherish him. Nowadays, also the devotees see him in Vraja, in their hearts, saturated with devotion, although they do not see him with their eyes. So look at the sentence. Nowadays also, the devotees see him in Vraja in their hearts, saturated with devotion, although they do not see him with their eyes. In their hearts. So this is, okay, this is clear. The eye of devotion is nothing but the eye of the pure, unalloyed spiritual self of the jiva. The eye of devotion means is the eye of the Swarupa. When your Swarupa is revealed, spiritual eye, divine eye, that is born out of devotion. Only by devotion, one's Swarupa is revealed. One's material gross and subtle coverings are removed, and only by that eyes, by that spiritual eyes, one can see the Lord. The form of Krishna, visible to that eye, in proportion to its purification by the practice of devotion. So, how much we actually advance spiritually, this much form is revealed. So what that means? That means that I see 2 inches now of Krishna's feet or something like that. No, but actually it depends on our practice, how much actually Lord will reciprocate and reveal his form. And that will be discussed here. When the devotion of neophyte reaches the stage of bhava bhakti, the pure eye of that devotee is tinged with the salve of love by the grace of Krishna, which enables him to see Krishna face to face. So before bhava bhakti, we cannot expect to see Krishna Swarupa. Okay. But we will be seeing Krishna also, but it will be explained because of time. The phrase in their hearts means Hridayeshu Vilokan. In their hearts means Krishna is visible in proportion as their hearts are purified by the practice of devotion. The sum and substance of this shloka is that the form of Krishna, who is Shyama Sundara, Natavara, best dancer, Murlidhara, holder of flute, Tribhanga, triple banded, is not a mental concoction, but is transcendental and is visible with the eye of the soul of the devotee under trance. So this is really the last sentence, is really the gist of the shloka. This shloka is used by all acharyas, by Prabhupada, by all the preachers of personalism to show that God has a form and his real form and his true form and can be seen, but you have to purify yourself. So this is really the sum and substance of this shloka. Famous, Prabhupada quoted so many times. So Srila Jiva Goswami comments here in this shloka that Premanjana Shri Bhakti Lochana Santa Sadaiva Hridayo Shivilokaya. Sadaiva means always. The devotee can always see Krishna. Although Krishna is in Goloka, he is present in other places also. Where he is present, where devotees are, devotees can see him. So this is what Srila Jiva Goswami explains. That though Govinda lives in Goloka, he is also available in other places. Devotees see that form of inconceivable qualities, Achintya Gunaswarup, which were already described before. Previous few shlokas describing all these different qualities. Ekopya Sara Chaitum, Jagadanda Koti, and all the others, Angani, Asya Sakalandi, every month, that were all discussed. So devotees see that form, Achintya Guna Swarupam, by eyes covered with ointment of prema, Premanjana. Premanjana, Churita, tinged. Okay? And we have, and then he says, during Samadhi. What is Samadhi? He explains the Samadhi is Vilochanena, Bhakti Vilochanena, with the eye. But he explained this is in the full absorption, when full trance comes. In their Samadhi, they can see the Lord. Okay. With such eyes, they see the form in their minds, Hridayeshu. In the heart, or heart, Hridaya means also mind. In their heart or in their mind, they can see that form. So they can see like a reflection whose source is far away. So immediately Srila Jiva Goswami quotes Bhagavad Gita. He quotes Bhagavad Gita. But I think I don't have here quotes. Yeah, here. This is a quote that Srila Jiva Goswami uses. Ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya maitateshu chapyaham. Those who worship me with devotion are attached to me, and I'm similarly attached to them. So this is the stage of pure bhakti, that actually devotee sees Lord everywhere, and Lord also sees that devotee. You may take it in that way, you know. There was another quote here. purport to that shloka. But anyway, this is, let's just continue. Here, Srila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur, he, in another place, he translates the same shloka, Pramanjana Chureta Bhakti Lochanena, with little more explanation. Look at his translation. I worship Govinda, primeval Lord, who is Shama Sundara, Krishna himself, with inconceivable, innumerable attributes, whom the materialistic sahajas, due to their fruity mentality, enjoying spirit, and mundane imagination, think that they have seen, and whom the pure devotees, Harijanas, see in their hearts of hearts with the eye of devotion tinged with the self of love. So now this is even more clear, no? The devotees always see, but others, they just imagine they are seeing. Materialistic sahajas, due to their fruity mentality, enjoying spirit, mundane imagination, think that they have seen. So what is the point? The point is, unless Pramanjana Charit, unless one practices pure devotional service, your imagination is not going to help. You may imitate Krishna, you may imitate devotion, you may apparently show your ecstasy, the kirtan, roll on the ground and tears may come, or you can imagine, you may start imagining, sitting and imagining Krishna Leelas, imagining Radha Krishna's pastimes, you may sit somewhere and try to think of it artificially. But unless Premanjana is achieved, unless love of God is done, you're not going to see. And what is that? They think they have seen. They are imagining it. They think we have seen. Sahaja means naturally you love Krishna. Why you bother about these rules and regulations? But very rules and regulations help us, sadhakas, to purify mind and eyes and senses and heart. And then only we can see. Of course, it's not just by our sadhana, there is mercy of the Lord also. But how do you get mercy of the Lord? By blessings of Guru and Krishna. But that also blessing is involved by following the order of Guru and Krishna. Guru helps us to follow four regulative principles, to engage in devotional service, which lifts us up on the transcendental platform, purifies us, frees us from sin, and ultimately we achieve freedom from material entanglement. So this is required. Now, if you don't want to follow rules, regulation, you're going to imagine that you are a great devotee, that you are talking to Krishna, that you are seeing Krishna, you know, and then you are imagining, I also seeing Krishna, I also devotee of Krishna, I also talk to him, he talks to me, you know, but doesn't work. You know, it's not true. Once we were sitting somewhere on the railway station, Vishakhapatnam, two of us were sitting, chanting, waiting for the train, and the man comes, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I'm also devotee of Krishna. Great. And so what do you do? I'm working LIC office and my family is from here and we have a farmhouse also and this and that. And then, so you are also devotee of Krishna. Yeah, I'm devotee of Krishna. I talk to Krishna every day. I say, yeah. So please next time ask him why then you have to sit 9 hours a day in your LIC office, you know. Why not just, Krishna is so Supreme Personality of Godhead. If you actually talk to Krishna, you have no any taste sitting in your rotten office there, you know, just meaningless, you know. We were absolutely unimpressed. He thought that he will make friends and he will, you know, some two foreigners or Tirtham we were sitting. And he thought, okay, I'll also try Krishna. I'm talking to Krishna. They are Krishna's devotees. They'll be so impressed. Oh, you are so great. You're talking to Krishna. I just better we chant our rounds. I waste time talking to this person. Just absolutely unimpressed. Because you can see it's completely submerged into materialistic way of life. And he's just talking and imagining. He's imagining himself. Maybe he believed that he's talking to Krishna, you know, but unlikely. When pure devotee sees Krishna and talks to him, this is matching to his character, to his qualities, to his absorption in Krishna every day. It's not just Krishna appears for 3 seconds, then he disappears. You know, are you see him or you don't see him? It's like this. He may do that in exceptional cases to enhance one's love, like in case of Parikshit or Narada Muni or like that. But this we cannot accept, that after seeing Krishna, you are still attached to material life. This is how we defeated, we argue with all these bogus gurus. Somebody claimed that some Baba here in South India, that he is God. So his followers claimed he is God. So you've seen God? Yes. You touch his feet? Yes. So now you're free from material desires, are you? Excuse me? What? Why? I said, now you have no taste for TV, no taste for cinema, no taste for cricket, no taste for politics. You want to give up everything, just love him and sing his name and dance in ecstasy. You are now in samadhi. You're free from all sin. You're just develop love of God. No, we just ask his blessing so, that our life can go better, so that we can continue material life. That's what it is. So that itself is proof that this is bogus God. It's not God. So this is all. So you see, the sahajas, they imagine. But devotees, the pure devotees, seeing their hearts of heart, with the eye of devotion, tinged with self of love, they see the true form of the Lord. Okay, so Srila Prabhupada explains in another purport this shloka. He translates and explains. How Prabhupada translates in another place, in Bhagavatam. Those who are in ecstasy of love, with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shyama Sundar, Kṛṣṇa, see him always in their hearts due to love and devotional service rendered to the Lord. Now Prabhupada translates, those who are in ecstasy of love, Bhakti Vilochana. Okay, so Prabhupada translated like that, and then he explains. Although he is present in every atom, the Supreme Personality of Godhead may not be visible to the dry speculators. Still, the mystery is unfolded before the eyes of pure devotees, because they are anointed with love of Godhead. Now, this is the thing. I want to see God. Have you seen God? First you show me God, then I will believe. But here, our point is always, Lord reveals himself. It's by his sweet will. There is no condition. There is no way of putting a deal. Okay, if I do this, will you show me Lord? Lord is showing himself to whom he chooses. And he declares, I like my devotees. I'll be there where my devotees are. He may also not appear to all devotees. Asli Shiva Padaratam Pinashtamam Adarshanam Marmat Hatam Karotu. Whatever you like, you appear or you don't want to appear in front of me. You are my Mat Prananatas to Saivana. You are my worshipful Lord. This is bhakti. So devotees, they don't expect. Then Lord say, oh, this is nice devotee, I want to see. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur said, and Prabhupada quoted that my Guru Maharaj always said, don't try to see God, but try to act in such a way that God sees you. So this is the mystery. Everything in material life, we say, okay, what I have to do? What I have to do to get the job? What I have to do to get the marriage of that girl? What I have to do to get this post? What I have to do to get the money? No? We are calculating. Our endeavor is all in all, and but even in material, it doesn't really work. No? And what to speak of spiritual world, there is something called Krishna's mercy, revelation. Spiritual truths are revealed, and Lord himself reveals his form to his devotee. So this is what is explained. He is not visible to dry speculators. Doesn't work. Premanjana, Bhakti Vilochana. Still, the mystery is unfolded before the eyes of pure devotees. And this love of Godhead can be attained only by practicing of transcendental love service of Lord and nothing else. So jnana, bhaktya mam abhijanati, not jnana mam abhijanati, not karma mam abhijanati. So this has to be understood, that all these speculators say, you are sentimentalists, so you took bhakti process. We are more into Vedanta, we are jnana yogis. Once you come to the level of jnana, then you will realize God. No? But this is not what Gita says. This is not what Shastra says. This is not what Brahma says. Unless Brahma practiced bhakti, he could not see. He could not see the spiritual world or the form of the Lord or the pastimes of the Lord. Not only that he got bhakti, but actually he seen first his form. Remember, he realized that, oh, I'm made servant of the Lord. And when he realized his Sarupa, then with spiritual body, with spiritual eyes, he could see the Lord. This is his plan. The vision of devotee is not ordinary. It is purified by the process of devotional service. In other words, as the universal elements are both within and without, Similarly, the Lord's name, form, qualities, pastimes, entourage, etc., as they are described in revealed scriptures or as performed in the Vaikuntha, far, far beyond material cosmic manifestation, are factually being televised in the heart of the devotees. Now, what is this vision of devotee? How it happens? Television, spiritual television. The man with a poor fund of knowledge cannot understand, although by material science one can see things far away by means of television. Factually, the spiritual developed person is able to have the television of the kingdom of God always reflecting within his heart. This is what Prabhupada said. You can actually see, just like you see on television, you can see manifested form of the Lord and the pastimes of the Lord in the heart. That is the mystery of knowledge or personality of God. So Prabhupada continues. The Lord can award anyone and everyone liberation, mukti, from bondage of material existence. Yet he rarely awards the privilege of love of Godhead, as confirmed by Narada. Muktim dadati karhichit smana bhakti yoga. This transcendental devotion service of Lord is so wonderful that the occupation keeps the deserving devotee always wrapped in psychological activity without deviation from the absolute touch. So this is the quality of Bhakti Yoga. The devotee fully absorbs with mind, with body, and the words in the service of the Lord, fully enwrapped, without deviation. Thus, love of Godhead developed in the heart of devotee is a great mystery. Because of that attitude, because of that desire to serve Lord, because of showing to Lord that Lord, I'm eager, I'm your servant, I'm going to serve you. It's unconditional. It's up to you. Then this mystery is revealed. The mystery, because mystery means something which occurs without our control, something unknown. We don't know when it will come. We do not know. No? When will that moment come that Krishna will appear? That's up to him. So it's a mystery. Brahmaji previously told Narad that the desire of Brahmaji are never unfulfilled because he is always absorbed in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. Nor he has any desire in his heart, except the transcendental service of the Lord. Now this is interesting. First he says, my desires are never unfulfilled. No? But I have no other desire than to serve Lord. This is why his desires are always never unfulfilled or always fulfilled. No? We have this chanting in Guru Puja. What do we say? Yeah, we say that Ye prasade pure sarva asha. Correct. We say by your mercy, Guru, all desires are fulfilled. But shloka before, what does he say? Arna koriho mane asha. I have no other desire than serve you. By your mercy, all desires are fulfilled. So what is our desire? Devotees' desire, or those who are aspiring to be devotees, we desire that we fully engage in pure devotional service. That is desire. So by Guru's mercy, that desire is full. And that perfection is achieved. So no any other desire. No. That is the beauty and mystery of process of Bhakti Yoga. As the Lord's desire is infallible because he is Achyuta, similarly the desire of devotee in transcendental service of Lord are also Achyuta, infallible. This is very difficult, however, for the layman to understand without knowledge of the mystery of devotional service. And it's very difficult to know the potency of the touchstone. A touchstone is rarely found. A pure devotee of Lord is also rarely to be seen, even amongst millions of liberated souls. So Prabhupada continues explaining. But that's the point, that actually Lord can be seen, Lord has a form, and it is revealed to the pure devotee. This is what is explained here. Srila Prabhupada again explains. This Shyamasundar form of the Lord within the heart of devotee is not imaginary. When devotee becomes mature in his prosecution and devotional service, he sees face to face the same Shyamasundar he has thought of during the entire course of his devotional service. So this is what it happens. You see the photos of the Lord, you see the deities, you see the description in the Bhagavatam, you are meditating, you are thinking, You're seeing the paintings, you're seeing in the book as you're reading, then you're seeing the photo, then you're reading. And then the form appears, actually. The same form which you meditated all along, that form appears, the form of the Lord. The Lord himself comes. Since the Supreme Lord is absolute, the form within the heart of the devotee, the form in temple, and the original form in Vaikuntha, Vrindavan Dham, are all the same. They are non-different from one another. Correct? So this is now by eyes of knowledge we are looking at this. Our intelligence is preaching to my mind. My intelligence is telling to my mind, oh, this is Krishna. Our mind is, no, this is Krishna. This is what Prabhupada said, this is what Shastra says. Because I'm contaminated, I'm impure, I have materialism, I'm not able to see. But Krishna is standing here, Punitas is standing here. Prabhupada was very upset when these devotees would neglect something in deity worship, either in cooking or dressing or cleanliness or pujas or flowers, any of this. He said, this is Krishna. Don't think this is ordinary stone. This is Krishna. Because he could see. He could see. But the problem is with us, we are not seeing. But now we are seeing with eyes of knowledge. And gradually we get purified. This is another way. How do we see? Even sadhaka of bhakti yoga sees Krishna on his level. Therefore, Lord is revealed according to one's level practitioner. Not only Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan, but actually of this level. And we'll come soon to this quote. You will see there are different aspects of this. Because even sadhaka of bhakti yoga, even beginner in bhakti yoga is much, much more advanced than in personalist or the yogi or what to speak of these mundane speculators or the materialistic people talking about the God. Even the young devotee, even few months person who is coming and reading Prabhupada's books and chanting knows more about God and can see God everywhere with the eyes of knowledge received through Guru Parampara. Okay, so look what Prabhupada said, another place. The Lord is already in the heart of everyone. Why you say, oh, devotees are seeing in the heart? But Lord is already in the heart of everyone. But Vaishnavas and Brahmanas actually perceive and see him always in ecstasies. Okay, this relates to particular Leela in Bhagavatam, and that's a Brahmana word is included. Means really pure Brahmanas who are also devotees. So they can already see. Lord is in everyone's heart. But who can see? But devotees can see that. Others cannot see. So this shloka is used again and again by Prabhupada in preaching, establishing Krishna's form is real. God has a form. You can see him face to face. You can talk to him face to face. And many times people will challenge in the West. They will challenge. You have seen God? And who will say, yes, I have seen God? But the surprise, they asked Prabhupada. One lady asked, I think that was some Mataji was asked, was it in France or somewhere? There's a public program. Remember that one? And kind of, challenged her. So, Swamiji, you have seen God? And Prabhupada looked at her. Then Prabhupada looked up a little bit. Yes. Yes. And she's surprised now. What now? Nobody will say yes, because yes. She kept silent. Then Prabhupada looked at her. You cannot see? Then already she shoulder went down a little bit, So he became a little humble. Then Prabhupada looking at her. Cannot see? Because you don't want to see. If you want to see, you follow the process. No? Om Agyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalaka Chakshur Unmilitamana Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. So this is very powerful when pure devotee says like this. You can't argue with him. And his life showed. In his life practice, his activities, daily activities. Because he saw Krishna everywhere. He was Krishna conscious person. And this is very powerful realization. And another time Prabhupada said, have you seen God? Prabhupada said, if I tell you that I've seen, would you believe me? No, you tell me, you've seen or not? If I tell you that I've seen, would you believe? And man said, no, I'll not believe. Then what's the point? It's a very good point, no, Prabhupada? Then what's the point? Huh? If I tell you I've seen, will you believe? No. Anyway, he won't believe. No, because he doesn't want to believe. He simply wants you. Nobody has seen God. Prabhupada said that again, they said that nobody has seen God, so there is no God. And Prabhupada said, you have not seen person who have seen the God. Did you study all the people on the planet? And how can you study people who already left the planet? And how can you see that in the future nobody will be born who has seen the God? Simply, your research is imperfect. You have not seen the person who have seen God, so you are claiming there is no God. So these are all logical puzzles, to defeat logical arguments. But you know what it is, that Prabhupada's purity and faith and devotion give faith to everyone else. We all believe that we can see Kṛṣṇa face to face. Why? Because Prabhupada says so. I believe it. Shastra says so. We believe. So based on that faith, there is a hope that Lord will one day show his. So this shloka is really used that God is not imagination. His form is not imagination. It's not sentimentalism. It's not sahajiism. God is real. His form is real and can be seen by the process. So Prabhupada speaks. Those who are filled with love of God see God constantly before them. It is not that we saw God last night and He is no longer present. No. For one who is Krishna conscious, Krishna is always present and can be perceived constantly. We simply have to develop eyes to see. So Prabhupada says again, demons sometimes declare to devotee that they cannot accept existence of God because they cannot see Him. Now this is classical argument. But what the demons does not know is stated by Lord Himself in Bhagavad Gita. Naham prakasha sarvasya yoga maya samavrita. I am never manifest to the foolish and unintelligent, for then I am covered by yoga maya. The Lord is open to being seen by devotees, but non-devotees cannot see Him. So now this is really true. This is why they don't see. They can challenge, but they cannot see. The qualification for seeing God is stated Brahma-saṁhitā. Brahmanjana churita bhakti vilochanena santa sadaiva hridayeshu vilokayanti. Devotee who has developed a genuine love for Krishna can always see Him everywhere, whereas demons, not having clear understanding of Supreme Lord, cannot see Him. Now look at the example. When Hiranyakashipu was threatening to kill Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad certainly saw the column standing before him and his father. And he saw that Lord was present in the pillar to encourage him not to fear his demoniac father's words. So Prahlad could see Nrsimhadev in the pillar even before Nrsimhadev came. Just to encourage him. It's very clear. Nrsimhadev showed himself to Prahlad, in the pillar in front of him. One of the Sri Vaishnavacharya's comment here that Lord was in every pillar, just in the case that Hiranyakashipu choose any pillar. He showed form in all the pillars. And it's true, Lord is in every pillar. There's no doubt about that one. No. So what happened? Demon did not believe. The Lord was present to protect him. Hiranyakashipu marked Prahlad's observation and asked him, because Prahlad was staring at the pillar. One particular, it seems like here, or nearby, that column in front of them. He was staring at it. So Hiranyakashipu looked, what are you looking for? Is God in the pillar? No? Where is your God? Prahlad Maharaj replied, He is everywhere. Then Hiranyakashipu asked, why is He not in this pillar before me? Thus in all circumstances, the devotee can always see Supreme Lord, whereas the non-devotees cannot. Now this is very good example because both are looking at the pillar. One is seeing, one is not seeing. No? Why? Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena. So that is the explanation. So Prabhupada again explains. Those who are truly vipassana, learned, are those who have reached the platform of understanding and observing the Supreme Personality of Godhead in any condition of life. Now look at this, how to see God by us sadhakas. Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadaiva Hridayeshu. Learned devotees accept even conditions of distress as representing the presence of Supreme Lord. See that one? Learned devotees accept even conditions of distress as representing the presence of the Supreme Lord. They see Krishna. When a devotee is in distress, he sees that the Lord has appeared as distress just to relieve or purify devotee from the contamination of material world. Now, surely we can see God like this. No? When difficulty comes, Krishna. No? Prabhupada, remember, he was taking prasadam in Calcutta and Second World War. The bombs were dropping from the sky. And Prabhupada said, I've seen Krishna. Bombs as Krishna. Pure devotee. Okay. So Chaitanya Charitamrita explains like this. Stavaram jangama dheke na dheke taramurti. Sarvatra hoy nija ishta devi spurti. The Mahabhagavat, the advanced devotee, certainly sees everything mobile and immobile, but he does not exactly see their forms. Rather, everywhere he immediately sees manifest the form of Supreme Lord. See that? Surely he is seeing movable and immovable things, but he is not seeing what we are seeing. He is seeing the Lord. Okay, then this is explained. This is explained. Due to this deep ecstatic love for Krishna, the Mahabhagavata sees Krishna everywhere and nothing else. Now look at this stage. We are struggling. Can you see Krishna? Can you see Krishna? And they cannot see anything that is not Krishna. This is complete. Like now, pure devotee can never forget Krishna. And we are somehow rather having great difficulty to manage in one day little bit of time to remember Krishna. No? For us, it's natural to forget Krishna because we are in Maya. And for pure devotee, it's natural to remember Krishna. He cannot forget. He cannot forget. So this is confirmed in Brahma-saṁhitā. Premanjana Charita Bhakti Vilochana, Santa Sadaiva Hridayesha Vilokan. As soon as devotee sees something, be it movable or inert, he immediately remembers Krishna. An advanced devotee is advanced in knowledge. This knowledge is very natural to devotee, for he has already read in Gita, Bhagavad Gita, how to awaken Krishna consciousness. According to Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, Rasoham Absu Kaunteya, Prabhasmi, Shashi Suryayo, Pranava Sarvavedeshu, Shabdake Paurisham Nirshu. O son of Kunti, Arjun, I am the taste of water, the light of the sun and the moon, the syllable Om in the Vedic mantras. I am the sound in ether and ability in man. So again, Prabhupada said many times, every time you drink water, remember, Krishna is taste of water. You are Krishna conscious. You are seeing Krishna. And that practice will actually reveal the Swarupa of the Lord. That practice will make us perfect. Prabhupada said, even if drunkard is drinking wine and thinking, oh, this is so tasty, the taste of wine is Krishna, he will become Krishna conscious. So we'll open the branch in Karpur. It was not practice, it's unauthorized practice. Okay, give it up. Thus, when a devotee drinks water or any other liquid, you see that? Any other liquid, means lassi or buttermilk, he immediately remembers Krishna. For a devotee, there is no difficulty in awakening Krishna consciousness 24 hours a day. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Stavaram jangamam deke na deke tara murti sarvatra nija ishta devi spurti. A saintly person, an advanced devotee, sees Krishna 24 hours a day and nothing else. As far as movable and inner things are concerned, devotee sees them all as transformation of Krishna's energy. Okay? As Lord Krishna states in Bhagavad Gita, Bhumi Rapanavakam Anubhudevacha Ahankariti Yame Vina Prakriti Ashtada. Now look at this vision. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego, all together, these 8 constitute my separated material energies. Actually, nothing is separate from Krishna. When a devotee sees a tree, he knows the tree is a combination of 2 energies, material and spiritual. Inferior energy, which is material, forms the body of a tree. However, within the tree is the living entity, the spiritual spark, which is part and parcel of Krishna. This is the superior energy of Krishna within this world. Whatever living entity, whatever living thing we see is simply a combination of these 2 energies. This is how we should see. We are trained by the eyes of knowledge to see in life things like this. When an advanced devotee thinks of these energies, he immediately understands that they are manifestation of the Supreme Lord. As soon as we see the sunrise in the morning, we arise and set about doing our morning duties. Similarly, as soon as the devotee sees the energy of the Lord, he immediately remembers Lord Krishna. This is explained this way. Sarvatra hoy nija ishtadev spurti. A devotee who has purified his existence through devotional service sees only Krishna in every step of life. This is also explained in the next verse, which is quotation from Bhagavatam, and goes on explaining. So these are all ways how we can see Krishna. We can see Krishna. We can see Krishna in arrangements. No? Sometimes something happens in life. We say, Krishna's plan. Must be Krishna's plan. This is Krishna's arrangement. It was not possible to happen, but look, it happened. Look, Krishna interfered. Krishna helped. Krishna protected. Krishna provided. Krishna was interfering. Krishna managed. He involved in our management. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Now, this is Srila Jiva Goswami in Bhagavad Sandarbha. Srila Jiva Goswami again explains this. The devotee sees the Lord's form with inconceivable qualities by eyes of bhakti, which shine brightly, churita, with the ointment of prema. So this is, he explained this, churita means shining brightly with ointment of prema. Shining brightly means this is exceptional, special gift to devotees, have extraordinary eyes, to have extraordinary vision. It's a mercy of the Lord. So now, there is all concept there explained. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. The Guru, Sadhu Mahajan, opens the eye. Then you can see Krishna's dear devotee. You think you are the seer, but that is completely backwards. Krishna and his dear devotees are the seers. You are to be seen. If they cast their merciful glance on you, good fortune will arise. So again, this concept, I want to see God, I want to see God, I want to see God. But actually we are seen by God. And that explain, there's all concept of seer and the seen is explained in Śrī Bhaktisiddhanta Vaibhav by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, quoted there in the book of His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Maharaj. Beautiful chapter, and really give you concept that we are not enjoyers. We are seeing the Lord. We are enjoyers. No, Lord is seeing us. Now we are seeing Him when He reveals Himself. But they are seeing, actually. They are the seers. They are the enjoyers. We are to be enjoyed by it. It's a whole concept explained. So I just mentioned this to have this also understanding that Krishna and his devotees are seers. That is to be understood. So what is the point? The point is that practice of bhakti. The goal is Krishna. The goal is love of Krishna. Devotee always aspire to see Him. And He has a form. His form is real. His form is spiritual and can be seen face to face and can be actually revealed to devotee. This is from Rig Veda. Quote, Pashyam gopaman mani padyamanama chapura chapati bishchantam cha sadrichi sa vishuchirvasana avarivarti bhuvaneshwanta. Okay, sorry for my Sanskrit, is miserable pronounced, but here is beautiful shloka from Rig Veda. I saw a boy who appeared in the dynasty of cowards and who is never annihilated. He wanders on many paths, sometimes close by and sometimes far away. Sometimes he is adorned with varieties of garments, and sometimes he is covered by different garments of the same color. In this way, he repeatedly exhibits his manifest and unmanifested pastimes. So this is very amazing shloka. So what does Veda describe? Supreme Lord is a person. He has a form. He's performing pastimes. Sometimes they're visible, sometimes they're not visible. Sometimes he appears in this form, sometimes that form. But this is what Vedas describe. Katha Upanishads continue. His transcendental form is not observable by material means. It cannot be seen by anyone's physical eye, but it may be known by the mind of one who is endowed with heartfelt devotion and intelligence. They who know this attain to immortality. So this is what Veda says. The Lord is there. Lord has a form. Why I cannot see him? Why I cannot see? You cannot demand. God will reveal, but there is a process. There is a system. There is a process given by God to come to him, to actually see him. So now I give you just one example from Srila Prabhupada in life, how Prabhupada used this shloka in the preaching, how Prabhupada, showed it. Look at this very nice exchange. After the lecture, somebody asked the question. This is from Hari Shauri's diary. Srila Prabhupada opened up for questions. A short, stocky Indian man asked a leading question. I would like to ask you one question. If you could enlighten me on that. I would like to hear your explanation of how you have seen the form of God. If you have had any enlightenment on this, in what form you have, and Prabhupada did not wait for him to finish the question. Prabhupada immediately, here is the picture of Kṛṣṇa. You don't believe? You have not seen a picture of Kṛṣṇa? Now you see, have you seen God? No? And how did you come to that point of enlightenment that you've seen God? And Prabhupada said, you also, have you seen picture of Kṛṣṇa? You have not seen? Yes, I have. Then why do you say that there is no form of Kṛṣṇa? When you see a photograph of a person, how do you know that he has no form? Just by seeing photograph of a person, person exists and he has a form. So Prabhupada is showing, now you are seeing painting is here, picture is here. Why you see he has no form? Because question was hinting at it, Okay. That man did not understand Prabhupada's question. Prabhupada repeated, if you see a photograph of your father, how do you say that he is impersonal? That he has no form? How do you conclude? First of all, answer me. I've seen the form of Kṛṣṇa. You have seen also the form of Kṛṣṇa. There are hundreds and thousands of temples in India. Do you think they are all fools? And they were established by big acharyas like Ramanuja Acharya, Madhvacharya, Vishnu Swami, Lord Chaitanya. It's Jagannath temple. Every day, hundreds and thousands of people are going to see. In Vrindavan, there are 5,000 temples of Kṛṣṇa. 5,000, 10,000 people are going. In India, there are so many pilgrims. So do you think all these temples established by our predecessors, they are all fools? Now, very strong argument. Come on, now you get, see, this was somewhere abroad, but Indian gentleman is asking question. So now you went abroad, you're educated, you're earning money, and you are challenging all your culture and tradition. You're not thinking why the form of Lord is in every temple. Even Mayavadis, when you go to their ashram, they also have deities. They also worship the form. It wasn't clear whether the man had accepted Prabhupada's explanation. He asked. So therefore you conclude that when you become enlightened, you will see God in the form of human nature. Okay, now you can see the man was obviously impersonalist. Prabhupada got him right. So now in the form of human nature, like a human form, that form. Yes, that is after. In the beginning, you have to accept this form. But when you make advancement, then you will see always. In beginning, you accept this form, what we see on pictures, what we see on deities. But then when you make advancement, then you will see always. Now you can see when you come to temple, or you can see by knowledge, as we were discussing, on the picture, or by the description seeing. But when you make advancement, you will see always. Premanjana Charita Bhakti Vilochana. First of all, you begin how to try to learn to love God. And when you are actually on the platform of love, prema, you will see God always in his form. He becomes revealed. You haven't got to try to see, but he will reveal. God cannot be understood by our challenging mood. Therefore, Krishna says, first of all, surrender, then try to understand. Sarva dharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami. When you surrender, when you are free from the resultant action of sinful activities, then you can appreciate God. Not that God is my order supplier. Please come, I will see you. No. So Prabhupada answered the man's doubt at length, and in conclusion told him, chant Hare Krishna mantra with your tongue. Take prasadam of Krishna. You will gradually develop your Christian consciousness and you will understand what is God. That is the process. Huh? So this is the thing. Prabhupada said you can also see, we can also see, all of us, we can also all see Krishna. But we have to follow the process. So this is some hint to this. There's a lot, there are many other quotes, shlokas here quoted, but we'll stop here. So thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Śrī Brahma-saṁhitā ki jai, Gaur Premanande.